Okay, I'm back to play part 2. Oops. Drag P2. Okay, so we are going to switch lanes. So lane 1 is now Ray and lane 2 is EKK. We've each won 2 races. So pressing enter. And I found that I have to be really careful with this, because this game has no input checking. And you can't just save whenever you want, it only saves at the end of the phase. So anytime if phase 2 crashes, I have to just start phase 2 over. So I am going to do race it as is because it has been so long that I don't remember what happened in the last race. So I can buy cheater slicks. I do not want to change my rear end ratio. Okay, and again I'm going to race it as is. Oops. I'll crash the game. I can buy cheater slicks, and I do not want to change rear end ratios. Lane 1 is programmed to shift at 5620 RPM, and lane 2 is programmed to shift at 5380 RPM. Oh, and then we have to speed this up, so it's Control F12. So before I do this, you'll see it starts at 3000 cycles. So I do Control F12, and you'll see it starts to go up. And I'm going, there's 10,000, but I want 100,000. And I want 140 or 450,000. So there, that's good. What happens? Hang on. Control F12. Okay, we're over 500,000 now. So I think lane 1 is still going to win because they both made the same exact modification. Oh wow, so actually lane 2 is ahead. Maybe that was the bit of push that it needed. They were tied, lane 1 was ahead by 1 foot, and then lane 2 just sort of picked up from there. I did not expect that. Okay, and they both took between 12 and 13 seconds to get half of the distance. I think it's still gonna take over 20 seconds until they finish. Lane 2 wins. Hang on a second. That must have been a close race because lane 1, it says 1,320 feet. Alright, let's continue. Oh, so they actually did finish pretty quick because that's less than 19 seconds. I really need to figure out this money part. Alright. So now, can we just modify the cars? We don't actually need a new car yet, right? You may have the opportunity. Okay, we can look at engine swaps. I don't think it has one. 125 horsepower. I don't remember what they have. Press enter to continue. Oh, what does this person have? Can I cheat and look at the file? Because I haven't done anything. Okay, I think this one is at 180. So I think it's best not to. I just want to press enter. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. You have 161. Well, I want to see about. Oh, the cost has gone up. It's $6 per horsepower now. I'll look at modifications so I can see what options I have. Okay, so I have 180. Let me open the calculator again. Okay, so I can go up by 26 horsepower, which would put me at 206. And so that means I can only go up to 185 right. Since I decided to make modifications and not look for a new car, it's the only thing I can do. So I'm gonna do that. Y to confirm modifications. And I'll be left with 131, which is still good. Enter to continue. Alright, I've seen some of the options on rear end ratios. I'm not gonna do it right now. Oh, I don't have enough money anyway. Yeah, I do, but I don't know how much they cost, right? They give me a range. Anyway, so I'm gonna say no on that for now. And maybe in later phases I'll do it. And then I will have this one also modify. We can look, but I don't think there are any. No further ones. So I'm gonna try for the modifications. So I have 170. Let me do the math. Since this player is, it only costs $5 per horsepower. I don't know why. So I can go up by 38 horsepower, which would put me at 208, I believe. So I can go up to 201. So I'm gonna do 201. I'll be left with $37. So I'm gonna hit yes. And press enter to continue. I do not care to change rear end ratios. Okay, lane 1, programmed to shift at 5770 RPM. And lane 2 at 5750. Alright, and we're still on the sped up version. I was just about to say I'm predicting lane 2 is gonna win, and now it looks like by the speed, it sure must win. Wow, look at the difference in their distance, man. I think what would be nice is if the game had a remote what's it called, multiplayer, so that you can't see what the other person is doing, so that you're making changes that might be good. "41 feet. Man, look at the difference that made. So, bigger engine, lighter car, more horsepower, and both of them have cheater slicks, which I'm saying is the tires. So they have the same types of tires. And I don't know about with the rear end ratio anything about that, except that you want to go higher, and if you go beyond a certain number, then it's not normal for a street car. And lane 2 got to the half the distance between 11 and 12 seconds, and lane 1 did that between 12 and 13 seconds. Which makes sense, because man, lane 2 really took off. There's been times where lane 2 was more than 3 miles per hour quicker than lane 1. And we have a winner. Oh, I picked up the mouse. Alright, push enter. End of race 6. So it's 4 races to 2 races. So this is the one that's lost twice now. So I'm gonna look at cars. If you don't hit a letter and you just press enter, it looks at cars. That's the default. Alright, you've been offered 358, so that'll more than double my money, so I'll say yes to that. I have 696. Now see, we add those up. 358 plus 337, 695. Oh wait, 8 plus 7 is 15. Usually I thought that it was taken $1 off of my money, now it's added an extra $1 onto it. Alright, pressing enter. Okay, I have to look at these. Oh, dude. Alright, I have to look at the prices. I'm not gonna look at every one, because if I can't afford them, they don't matter to me. 499. Number 11. An all-original car with many miles. 6-cylinder engine, smokes a little, but the body and paint are okay. Yeah, because that's what matters, the body and the paint. Number 11. Alright, the only one I can afford. 140 horsepower. Alright, I'm gonna look at engine swaps. So I have 140. No, I don't want to get 125. Oh, just press enter and I should be okay. Alright, I'll look at modifications. So I can go up by 39 horsepower, which would put me at 179. So I can go to 166. I'll have $67 left. Yes, enter. I only have 67, yeah, so I can't do that. Oh, do I want to change rear end ratios? I don't have enough money. Alright, let's look at modifications. So this is lane 2 that's been winning. I don't think there's an engine swap, because it already told me that. No further engine swaps, so let's look at modifications. Calculator. So I can go up by 48, which would put me at 249. So I can go to 214. Am I serious? 214. Yes to confirm modifications. Enter to continue. How much money do I have? I have 177. I'm scared. This car's working just fine right now. I don't want to do that. Alright, lane 1, programmed to shift at 5,000 RPM, and lane 2 at 5940. Alright, I'm assuming lane 2 is gonna win by a lot. Wow, look at the differences. I didn't even look at how much time it took for the race to finish. The load time is now 18.02. Lane 2 got to, it's nearly 6,000 RPM at 5.5 seconds, but lane 1 got to just over 5,000 RPM as 1/10 of a second longer. Does that mean lane 2 was pushing his car harder? My car. Lane 2 got to half the distance, and now lane 1 did. Lane 2 is over 70 miles per hour. Lane 1 only just got to 60. At 10 seconds, lane 1 just got over 60 miles per hour, but lane 2 it was at its first recorded over 50. Okay, so lane 2 has been going 100 feet per second, and we only have, so there's 1320, so we have another 300, so 3 seconds, 14, 15, 16, 17, so we should get there before 18 seconds this time. I'm saying that, I didn't actually do the math, and I can be off by 1 in either direction at every one of those points when I set a number, and when you're off by 1 and you're only talking about 3 total, I could be completely wrong. Oh dude, 17.77. Lane 2 wasn't even to 1,200 feet yet. Alright, press enter. Dude, 2 races to 5 races, enter. Let me see L. Every time I look at cars, they get more expensive. Alright, here, let's do modify and see if I can, let's look at engine swaps. No, that is under what I have. I'll press enter. So I'll look at modifications. Alright, calculator time. So I can go up by 64 horsepower, which puts me at 230. So I can do the last one, 211. $98, yes to confirm. Enter. I do not have enough money. And I do not have enough money. Now, we can't do any more modifications, right? I'll look, but there's none. Wait, 220 horsepower. What do I have? Alright, let me... For $400, dude. No, it's 220. Oh, plus I'm selling the old engine. Sure, I'll swap it. I don't know what I had before. Alright, I don't want to look at modifications because I just bought a new engine. And I don't care about rear end ratios. Alright, lane 1, 5,900 RPM. Lane 2, 6,000 RPM. Oh man. I think lane 2 is still winning. Oh dude, if I'm right and that CI is cubic inch displacement and that's the size of the engine and that matters, then man, this one's even higher now. Lighter car, bigger engine, more horsepower, higher rear end ratio. And I don't know who has cheater slicks and who doesn't. I know the audio on this is not going to be that good. I had to leave the AC on and I have a fan I have to keep turning on. And yeah, when I said have to, I meant have to. See, when you go through the for loop, this digit right here is T1, and T1 starts at 1, which I don't think it should. I think it should be starting at 0. Because right now I have this 0 hard-coded in. Not on, I mean this is the original game, I mean on the newer version. This 0 is hard-coded in. But T1 is used in some math, so I'll have to see if I change that. If it goes 0 to 9 instead of 1 to 10. If that makes a difference. Because there's a reason that the original game goes 1 to 10 instead of 0 to 9. Unless he was just so used to everything starting at 1 because even their arrays work different. Yeah, man. When you start winning in this game, it's difficult for the other player to catch up. We need to make some of the race part random, like introduce a bit of randomness in there. The point is, it's a test of machines, but they're not exactly the same every time. Lane 2 was almost half the distance, just 11 feet from the halfway mark. Lane 2 is not as far ahead, but it is still clearly in the lead. So they both made their half the distance. So they both shift around 6,000 RPM. And we have a winner. See, this time lane 1 was over 1,200 feet. So it was doing better this time. Okay, so they have a net worth is fine. They have a value of their cars is fine. One has $98 and the other has a little over 200. Enter to continue. End of phase 2. Oh, okay. Press enter to go on to phase 3 or E to end. So here's the thing. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I will be doing a phase 3 video. And I'll be starting with these two cars, and I have to figure out where to go from here because, man, that one is really winning. Play games and have fun.